Dear students, today in this video I am going to explain you about the new topic of your geography, that is chapter number 4, climate. So in this chapter itself you are going to read about the important concepts like climate and weather. You will get to know what is the difference between climate and weather, and then you will see that what type of climate India is having. That is, India is having a monsoon type climate, and why it is called the monsoon type climate. Although these things will be clear to you people, the meaning of monsoon will also be clear to you, and then the you learn the factors affecting the climate of a place. So what are the factors those affect the climate of a particular place? In this, the very first one, the first topic is your latitude, the second one is your altitude. Latitude, you must be aware of the latitudes, that these are actually the imaginary lines only on the earth, but according to different latitudes we have, like equator is there, tropic of Cancer, tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. So all these latitudes, they have their own importance, as the place near the equator will have uh, extreme type of climate, and then the places which are far away from the equator, or if they are near to the poles, they are also having extreme type of climate, but in the form of cold. And then the another topic is your altitudes. So the altitude means the height itself. The higher you go, the lower the temperature. So that means in the hilly areas you experience the temperature is very less. So coolness is there on the height places. Next is your pressure and wind. So pressure and wind is also there. Pressure in Hindi we call it dabab. So wind means हवाएं. So the pressure and the wind, ज़्यादा दबाव होगा किसी भी पर्टिकुलर एरिया में, दबाव आपका एक्चुअल में गर्मी का, और विंड जो हवा चलेंगी उन दोनों के कारण, अगर प्रेशर ज़्यादा है और विंड बहुत अच्छी है वहाँ पर तो पर्टिकुलर प्लेस, तो उस पर भी असर होता है आपका जो क्लाइमेट किस तरह की होगी. एंड देन इज़ योर डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द सी. समुद्र से कितनी दूरी पर है. Like a place, if it is far away from the sea, it will have extreme type of climate. Summers will be very hot, winters will be very cold, and the place which are near to the sea, they'll have the moderate type of climate, means not very cold in winter and not very hot in summers. And then the next one is your ocean currents. So in this ocean currents, wind affect the climate of coastal areas. Coastal areas mean the areas, the places which are very near to the oceans, or are or on the they are settled down in the on the coastal areas itself. So coastal area with warm or cold currents, it completely depends upon the currents, or the currents flowing past it. So whatever the currents are there, currents again it is the form of the wind only, the wind which is flowing through the oceans. If it is the colder one, then the place will be experiencing the cold temperature, and it is, if it is hot, then it will be the hotness or the warmness will be there. And then is your relief features. So this relief feature means the different physiographic division that you have studied in your lesson number 2 also of this book itself. In that chapter we'll read about the different relief features. Like if we are living in plain areas, so plain areas are different uh, form of climate what the other hilly part or the plateaus are receiving. So this also is there, that because of this also a particular place experience different type of climate. The next thing is now factors controlling India's climate. Now, what are the factors that are controlling India's climate? Actually, the previous one which we have studied, that is what the actual any of in the world itself, whatever the different places are experiencing the different type of climate. So all those things are there, all those factors are there. Now we are talking about our Indian continent only, India country only. In India, the climate of a place depends upon latitudes, altitudes, pressure and wind system, that is the pressure of surface winds, upper air circulation, western cyclonic disturbances. So these three main factors are there, and that three pressure and wind system, that is also further been divided into pressure of surface winds and the upper air circulation. Western cyclonic disturbances means these are the winds which comes from the western sides. Along with them, they bring the moisture with them and causes rainfall throughout the country. And you all know that we experience the rainfall in summer as well as in winters also. In in summers we call it the rainy season. Sometime it also experience the winter season also we experience some of the rainfall. But if we make a comparison between summer's rainfall and the winter rainfall, then a lot of difference is there. In summers we receive the maximum amount of rainfall, not in winter time. So the further explanation will be done in your online class.